This conference.
Good evening. Are you getting my voice?
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Yeah, now we'll start. Yesterday I didn't share the material, so today after class over immediately I will share it to you. Okay, so up to today class I will share to you. Okay, so in the last session, what we discussed means about the data and about the operations part we discussed. Okay, so when we are taking any organization, every organization having two parts. So one is data part and another one is operation part. Data part of any organization representing purpose all languages using the variables and data types concept. So representing the data. Okay, so any organizations related data, if we want to be represent by using the data types and variables concept, we can represent the data of that particular organization. Okay, so one language related data types variables are differently there, other language may be differently there, not be same for all the languages. So in our Python, how we are using data types, how we are using variables, we will discuss. Okay, operations of the organization. Operations nothing but actions. Actions of any organization. If you want to be represent by using the functions or by using the methods, we can represent. So how we are creating functions or methods later we will discuss this part. So and this one we discussed already. Okay. Yeah, guys. In our Python syntax is just variable name equal to variable value. Okay, so variable value. This is syntax. Name equal to value. For example, a equal to 10 like that. So what is this value? Integer value. So based on this value, so here automatically type is maintaining, data type is maintaining by Python itself. Why means Python is the dynamic, Python is providing the dynamic memory allocation. Okay, Python is a dynamic memory language, guys. It means when we are assigning the value to a variable, whenever this statement executing, then at runtime memory is creating, integer memory is creating for this variable. Okay, based on the value creating. If it is Java, if it is Java, so data type followed by variable name. Okay, variable name equal to variable value followed by semicolon. This syntax we are using as it means, for example, int a equal to 10 like that. Okay, it means before assigning the value to a variable, we are representing data type of that variable. Integer value is required for this variable, like we are telling here, and that's why we assigned here 10 only. Okay, if instead of 10, if you are using something float value or some string value, this line not executing in Java. It means as a developer we are responsible to managing the data properly, but it there is making more burden on the developer if you are using the Java language. So the point, remember, guys. So here in one variable, for example, this is one memory. This memory is representing by one variable, guys. Okay, so using one variable in one memory, how many values we are storing. Based on that point, so we divided here data types like two parts, guys. One is fundamental data type, another one is collection data type. Fundamental means in one variable or in one memory, one value we can store it, and that value we can that memory we can represent by using one variable. Okay, so this is the fundamental. For example, if you are taking this string, guys, so Ravi, like I'm taking. Okay, This is also same memory. For example, B, like I'm taking, for example, B I'm taking. So one memory, we can store the single value. Clear? In one memory or using one variable, if we are holding or if we are saving many values, a collection of values, then we can call collection data type. Those objects comes under the collection data types, guys. Okay, so these things we are calling variable or objects. So these variables or objects comes under maybe fundamental or comes under maybe collection. Okay, so collection means, for example, list we have, guys. In this list, 10, 20, 30, like many values we are maintaining. Many values we are maintaining. These all values by using one variable, whatever you want, you can use it. We can hold it. By using the LST variable, we can display these all group of values. Okay, these all things in the last session we discussed. So today I'll share this material up to these concepts. Okay, you will understanding when we are reading. So now under the fundamental data types, guys, under the fundamental data types, see here, uh, for the fundamental data, under the fundamental data types, we have the two types of fundamental data types. Fundamental data types. So here, how many are there means two types there simply. One is number type and another one is string type. Okay. In this number only many types there again. Int there and float there and bool. Bool means true or false value and then complex value. Complex value. This all comes under the numbers only and then string there. Okay. So next under the collection data types, under the collection data types, so four types there majorly. Majorly, I mean there, guys, four there. One is list type there, another one is tuple type there, another one is set type there, and another one is a dictionary type there. Okay, so list type, tuple type, set type, dictionary type. So here two there, number and string. Here four there, four there. Okay, yeah, that point remember. Simply for you understanding purpose is here. So a equal to, this is the integer, guys. Okay, b equal to, this is what, float value. C equal to, this is what, bool value, either true or false, like that. Okay, d equal to, for example, 2 plus 3j, like we can use it. This is the complex value. Okay, for these things given here examples. Right? Okay. Now for this string, so something name equal to here. So for example, I'm taking Virat, Virat I'm using. So this is a string value. Using single quotes or double quotes, we can create it. Okay, strings like this we are writing. So list, guys, for example, list one, like I'm taking. So list by using square bracket, we can write values like this. We can write. So later we will discuss about the list more clearly. Just wait some time. Okay. And tuple, guys, tuple one, like I'm taking. Tuple using the parentheses, we can write with the comma separating values. Any values with the comma separating. Okay. So next, set, guys, set set one I'm taking. Set by using the curly brace with the comma separating, we are representing values. Okay, with the curly brace we are using. So later each data type separately we will discuss. That time you will understand it more. Okay, dictionary also, next one I'm taking. So dictionary also using the curly brace with the key and value format, guys. With the key and value format. For example, 1 column 10. Okay, one is a key, that value is 10. Okay, and another one is 2 to 20. Okay, like this, guys. Like this we can write. For example, name is Virat. Name is Virat. Like this we can write. So this is what, key. This is a value. This is again key. This is a value, guys. This is a value. Okay. So this one, key and value pair. This is another pair. Again, this is another pair. So dictionary contains multiple key and value pairs data. So where key and value is separated by column, key value pairs separated by comma. Okay. So later we can discuss more points about this particular data type. So like this, we are writing these all data types. So up to here, the clear? Okay. Now here in one variable, we are able to store one value, guys. Based on this fundamental data type, collection data types, we divided. Here in one variable, we can represent many values. We can store many values. Okay. And next, every object having different behavior, guys. In Java, in Python, everything we can call like object, guys. For example, this is like one object, this is like one object, this is like one object. Okay, like that, everything we can call like one object. So here, two types of objects there, guys. Two types of objects there based on the behavior, based on the behavior. Okay, so what is that means? For example, see here, this is one memory, and this is also one memory. This is also one memory. Okay. Now this memory, I'm holding by A, representing by A. So here I have the 10 value, guys. Okay, 10 value. It means my statement is A equal to 10 is there. A equal to 10 is there. Okay. So every memory having its own unique ID value, Okay, has code we are calling technically. Okay. Next, I'm using like here A equal to 20. A equal to 20 I'm using. It means so new memory is creating. One new memory is creating. Okay. And here 20 value storing, and this is representing by A. Okay. So this is removed automatically by Python. This memory is removed automatically by Python because of automatic garbage collector concept. Okay. So later in future we will discuss manually how we are deleting, automatically how it is deleting, like about the garbage collector we will discuss. Don't worry. Okay. Now here different memory is creating, as different memory is creating like that. Okay. So every time whenever memory is creating in memory allocation by Python, for every memory its own unique ID value is creating. Okay. So simply here, in the same variable, when we are using the different value, when we are assigning the different value, then different memory is creating. But in this memory, we are unable to do any changes. In this memory here, 10 value there. This 10 value, if you are trying to be replaced here only 20, that is not possible. That is not possible here. Okay. These kind of objects we can call like immutable objects, guys. We can call like what? Immutable objects. Immutable objects means once if we are creating one memory with some value, in that memory we cannot do any changes. The memory is fixed. Okay. In that memory 10 values there, that is we cannot we are unable to be update like 20, or we are unable to delete that 10 value. Okay, from the memory allocation, guys. And sometimes we can do, guys. For example, when means here 10 value is there, 20 value is there, 30 value is there. So this is one memory, guys. Collection data type. Collection data type. For example, list you can consider here like this. Okay. So this is what a list. You can assumption this is a list. So in this list, guys, here 10 value, 20 value, 30 value is there. Okay. Every value having its own index. 0, 1, 2, like that, own unique index there. Okay. For 10, 0 index. For 20, 1 index. For 30, second index. Like that. Index starts from 0, and based on the values, it can be increased. Okay. If I want this 10 value, then list 1 of 0. List 1 of 0 if I'm using, then in that 0 what value is there? 10. That is coming. That is displaying. List 1 of 1 means 20 coming. List 1 of 2, then 30 coming. If I'm using only list 1, then all values coming. All values displaying. Okay. So see guys, if you are printing list one of means square bracket 0. If you are using like that, here you will get the value 10. Okay, na? Again here list one of 2 I'm using for example. So list one of 2 means what? In the second index 30 is there. Like that we can print. Okay. So now in this memory, what value is there? That is, I want to be update with 15. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. How we are doing means, for example, list one of 0 equal to 15. Okay, so what is the meaning of this one means? In the list one object, this is the list one object. In this list one object, where 0 index is there, okay, here is there. In this 0 index location, okay, this value I want to be update. I want to be update. That is the meaning. Okay, so that's why we can do it update. After that, if you are using this list one of 0, instead of 10, 15, you will get it. Okay, na? So it means sometimes after creating the object with some values, we can do some changes. Nothing but we can update the existing values, we can delete the existing values. For example, this entire 30 memory I don't want, only 10 20 or 15 20 only I want to be maintained. We can do it. Okay, so these kind of objects we can call like mutable objects, guys. What we are calling mutable objects. Okay, so based on the object behaviors, guys, we can divide these all 6 data types as 2 types. One is immutable objects, another one is mutable objects, based on the object behavior. Immutable means once if we are creating any object with some values, so for that value, for that object one memory is creating. In that memory we can't do any changes. In that memory we can't do any changes. Okay, that is called immutable behavior. Mutable objects means after creating one object with some values, in that object memory we can do updates also, we can do some changes also in the future. That behavior is called mutable behavior. Come on, so let me know, are you understanding this point? I will show you that practically. Open the ideally. Yes, yes. See here, I'm using a equal to something name equal to something name equal to hello I'm using. Okay, so here type you can see, guys, a type of name string we are getting. Idea of name this is you are getting. Okay, again I'm using name equal to okay, so welcome, like I'm using as name equal to welcome. Okay, so again the same type of name is a string only, no problem. Type of id is you are getting differently. Huh? See guys, here differently we are getting. This is different id, this is different id, but object name is same. Object name is same. So here first hello value I assign to this variable. This variable holding some memory. In that memory hello value is there, guys. Hello value is there. Next time welcome value I'm assigning to the same variable name. That's why new memory is creating, but this memory is not using. Okay, so this behavior is called immutable behavior. Every time when we are using the same variable name with different value, separate memory is creating. Okay, so that is the immutable behavior. Okay, here you can see, guys, a name. Whenever I'm using to print this name, so you can use here print method also. Print of name, we will get the output. This is Python console, guys. In this Python console, without a print method also directly we can print the values. See here name. Whenever I'm printing like that, you will get this welcome. Okay, so raw data it is printing. Only name you are using means a string quotations also displaying. Print method if you are using just normal string value only displaying. Okay, that is small difference. Now here, name of 0. Name of 0. I said here previously. For example, right now, welcome is there, guys. Here, well, is there first capital, well, C O M E, like that characters storing. Okay. So for each character, separate index is there, guys. For each character, separate index there. These all things later slowly will understanding. Separate concept that thing there I will give more discussion. So here 0, 1, 2, 2, with that 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, like that creating by Python. So when we are using this statement name equal to welcome, then immediately in the Python memory allocation like this creating for every character separate unique index value maintaining. Okay. Now here name of 0 I'm using as a name of 0. Name of 0 means a 0 index position. What element is there? Here element is nothing but value. Okay. What element is there means W is there. This W displaying. This W displaying. Okay. See here name of 0 I'm using for this W value displaying. Okay. Name of 1. Name of 1 like you can use. So then name of 1 is E like this displaying as. Okay. Na? We can access. We can access. But here name of 1 in this one location I want to be change the value like y, for example y. Okay, in this one location here I want to be store the y value instead of e. So when you are trying to do that changes, so this is immutable behavior. Immutable behavior, it means in the immutable objects, we can't do any changes. We can't do any changes once creating the object. Okay, so you can see here name of 1 character you are getting. Okay, name of 1 equal to, I'm trying to update with y, then immediately it is showing error. Okay, so type error, string object does not support item assignment. You are trying to assign something y in this memory allocation, 0 index memory allocation. So string does not support item assignment. Item assignment. Clear, guys? So these kind of objects we are calling immutable objects. Okay. Next you can take the list. You can take the list, guys. LST I'm taking, that is like a list. In this list 10, 20, 30 I'm taking. Okay. When we are using LST printing, then all the values we are getting as it is values. Okay. So here also memory is creating, guys. So in the 0 index 10, 1 index 20, second index 30 is there. Okay. So that's why LST of 0, what we are getting 10. LST of 1, we are getting 20. LST of 2, then we are getting 30. LST of 3, 3 is not there, guys. 0 is there, 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 not there. Then we are getting error. Error we are getting. Index error. So third index not there, index error, list index out of range like we are getting. That index is not there like that we are getting. Okay. Okay. Now id of LST you can see here. This is the list object id, guys, and you can also print the data. These are the elements. Okay. Next I'm trying to be changing LST of 0 equal to 50. Equal to 50. Okay, it means in this 0 position I'm updating with 50, this value at 0 position trying to update. After updating, really updated or not, you can see, guys, data changed. Okay, previously with these three values what id is there, this is the id. Now you can check it. Okay, so same id is there or different id is there? Yeah, same id is there. You understanding? After changing the value in the 0 position, again memory is same only. Memory is not changing. So these kind of objects we can call mutable objects. Mutable objects. Come on, Charinya, are you understanding this point? Mutable and immutable?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what is the difference, guys? What is the difference between mutable and immutable objects? What is the difference between mutable and immutable objects? This question is very, very important in interview. So if you are attending the 20 interviews, almost more than 10 interviews, you are getting this question. Okay. So do you have basic idea about the Python or not? People will understanding after asking this question. Okay. So don't get confusing. These are definitions available in the material. Today I will share to you. Already explained this. And next, totally we have the 6 data types I said here. Number, fundamental data types, collection data types. So based on this object behavior, guys, mutable behavior, immutable behavior is there differently. Okay. Based on the object behavior, these all 6 data types categorized into 2 types. Divided like a 2 types. One is mutable behavior, another one is immutable behavior. Okay. So you can see in Python, everything, guys, in Python, everything we can call as object. In Python, everything we can call as object. Okay. So all objects, are dividing like 2 types based on the behavior. Dividing like 2 types. All objects are dividing like 2 types based on object behavior. Based on what? Object behavior, guys. Okay. So what is that object behavior means? After creating one memory, in this memory, in future also we can do changes or not. That is the behavior. Sometimes we can do changes, sometimes we cannot do changes. Okay, in this memory allocation. So based on this behavior, we divided like 2 types. So all the objects are dividing like 2 types based on the object behavior. So what are they? Okay. So they are one is mutable objects, and another one is immutable objects, guys. Mutable objects and immutable objects. Okay, na? So mutable means once creating once creating mm, once creating one object with what, with some values, guys. Once creating one object with some values, then in future also, guys, then in future then in future also we can do some changes. Then in future also we can do changes. We can do changes in same object or in same memory location. Same object memory allocation. Okay, na? This one. So once creating one object with some values, then in the future also we can do changes in same object memory allocation. If it is possible, that object comes under the mutable object. That object comes under the mutable object, guys. If this behavior is not possible, that is comes under immutable object. Okay. Once creating one object with some value, in future also we cannot do. Okay. In future, if we cannot do any changes, guys. If we cannot do any changes in same object memory allocation, then that object comes under immutable object. Clear now? Okay. So totally we have 6 types. I said 3 types comes under the mutable objects, and again 3 types comes under the immutable objects. Okay, na? 3 are comes under the mutable objects, and 3 more are comes under the immutable objects. Okay, that point also. All Python data types. All Python data types are classified like 2 types: mutable and mutable, immutable, mutable and immutable. Okay, classified like mutable, mutable and immutable objects, guys. So all the Python data types are classified like mutable and immutable objects. I said that. Okay, so under mutable or under immutable objects, 3 types coming. Okay, under immutable objects 3 types coming. What are those? We need to be know, guys. Under immutable object 3 types coming, and under mutable objects, under mutable 3 more types coming, 3 types coming. Okay, na? This is one point. So now for immutable, guys, what are there? You can see here. For immutable here, number types there, guys. Number types there. Numbers means here what there? Into there, float there, bool there, and another one is complex, complex here. And next string, guys. Next string there. Okay, and another one is tuple there, tuple there. These 3 comes under immutable objects, guys. These 3 comes under immutable objects types. Okay? And next mutable objects, guys. Mutable. What is there? We have the list, and we have the set, and one more one. We have the dictionary. Okay, na? Based on the object behavior, mutable and immutable, like 2 types there. In mutable behavior means once creating the object, in that object memory, in future also we can do some changes. Okay, without changing the memory allocation, without changing the memory address, simply without changing the memory address, in the same memory only, if we are doing any changes, that behavior is comes under mutable. If we cannot do any changes, that behavior is comes under immutable. Simply that point, guys. Okay, so list to set to dictionary comes under mutable objects behavior. Number, strings, tuple comes under immutable objects behavior. So remember up to here, if anyone asking in interviews, what is the difference between mutable and immutable, you need to be tell. Okay, what is the behavior of mutable, what is the behavior of immutable, like asking what data types are coming under the immutable behavior, what data types are coming under the mutable behavior, like they may ask any question, you need to be give the clarity. Okay, so what is the fundamental data type behavior, what is collection data type behavior, these things also will ask it. All are basic things so far. Okay, next now so far here in the Python console, static data I taken, guys. So a equal to 10, like that I taken. Okay, so whenever I'm using like print a, so that is printing this value who is giving as a developer, myself I'm using, myself only I'm giving, in the coding only I given value a value 10. that is only printing. But this value I don't want to give here. I want to take from the user at runtime. I want to take this data from the user at runtime. For example, ATM center, you can take it, guys. After entering into the ATM center, it is asking, okay, enter your pin, enter your ATM card. We are putting ATM card. After that, please select your operation. It is asking, okay, uh, your bank type asking saving or current, like that. If you are selecting saving, next asking you want to withdraw or deposit or something like asking, okay, you are selecting the withdraw instead of balance inquiry. Okay, how much you want to withdraw, it is asking automatically. Then you are using you are entering the 5,000. Okay, then later asking enter your pin, you are entering your pin, then collect your money like message swing. Okay na? So enter your amount when it is asking ATM, then we are giving input as a user. We are giving input 5,000 I want. Are you understanding, guys? So while writing the coding, so withdraw amount 5,000 like that they are not creating. Okay, that withdraw amount is taken from the user dynamically. Withdraw amount. Okay, so from the user here, human being person there, from the user, if you want to take the input data, if you want to take the input data, and if you want to use the data in the program, in your program, then Python is providing one method is called the input method. Python is providing one method is called input method. By using input method, we can take the data from user, and that data we can use in the runtime. Okay? Yes. The point, remember input behavior. See, guys, here I'm using my requirement is I want to take the two values from the user and I want to be add the result. Okay, add the and I want to display result. So here, okay, first value, guys, first value is like n1. I'm taking number one. So number one is 10. Okay, next number two is 20. Okay, see, guys, here 10 value assigned in n1. Immediately whenever I'm clicking enter, so for this one memory is creating in one memory 10 value storing, that is holding by n1. Next after executing this line, 20 value storing and representing by n2. Okay, so like both memories creating. And next sum, guys, sum equal to n1 plus n2. Whenever you are clicking enter, these the two memories values adding, that result assigned to the sum variable. Okay, now you can print here sum, then you are getting this one. Okay na? So but I want take these two values from the user, guys, differently, each time differently. So then how we are using means how we are taking means using the input method we can take, using input method. See, I will write again. I'm writing n1. Okay, n1 equal to here input method. I said input method. Okay, so here if I'm using like this, simply see, nothing is displaying here. It means something value asking internally. So I'm using here the 50. Okay, now this 50 value is storing into the n1 variable. N1 variable. If I'm printing n1, you can see 50 is there. 50 is there. Okay, that too, this 50 is which format is there? String type is there. Quotation is there. If you want, you can see here type of what, that n1. Type of n1 is str, string type there, but I given what, integer. So input method behavior is, it is taking the input value from the user, and that value by default considering like a string value, by default considering like a string type, str type. Okay, so no problem, later we'll do changes. Okay, now you can see again here, for if it is displaying like empty, guys, here, so user also not possible to enter, unable to enter something value. The user getting confusing when ATM asking, okay, select your operation, or how much you want to withdraw, please enter your pin. Like when ATM asking, then user able to give input. Without asking ATM, just empty screen displaying means so user thinking like input pin number is required or deposit amount is required, like that thinking. Okay? That's why that meaningful message we need to be right here. So enter first value, enter first value like I'm using IC here. Okay. See, whenever I'm clicking here, immediately it is displaying. Enter first value. Okay, I'm entering here 50. Now this 50 value storing into the n1 variable, assigned to the n1 variable. Okay, that's it. Next, n2 equal to enter second value, guys. Enter second value 60 I'm giving. Now this 60 is assigning to n2. Okay, it means this line immediately executing, that's why asking this one. Okay, now n2 value also 60 there, still there. Okay, n1 50 is there, guys. So I want to add these two, n1 plus n2. Okay, added, no problem. I want to be print, guys, print some. So some value is what? 5060 means 5060. My first value is 50. My second value is 60. Whenever I'm adding both first value plus second value, 50 plus 60, 120, 110, 110, guys. So in this, I'm expecting 110. But whenever I'm printing here, 5060 display. Are you understanding here problem? Yes, it means here 50 is there, here 60 is there. Both are side by side only displaying here, side by side. That is technically we are calling concatenating. Okay, concatenating behavior. Concatenating means two strings. This is like a string. This is like a string. Two strings using plus symbol. If you are using concatenating means side by side adding. Input method behavior by default taking the input, okay, from the user input taking, that input value is considering like a string value, string type considering. That's why string plus string concatenating side by side displaying. Okay, so this is not good, this is not good. Then what we are doing, so this value user entered value I want to be convert into integer type, I want to be convert. For that conversion purpose, we have some typecasting methods. Converting purpose, we have some typecasting methods. Typecasting means one type of data into another type. Converting is called typecasting. Okay? So here, see here. By default, by default, input method, guys. Input method is taking some input data, some user input data, or else taking entered user entered input data. Input method is taking user entered input data and considering like string type, guys, str type, considering like a str type. Okay? So taking the data from the user, the data is considering like a string type. The data is considering like a string type. Okay. Hmm. If we want to convert into another required type, then we can use some, or else Python typecasting. We can use the Python typecasting functions, guys. Python typecasting functions. Okay. For example, what are there means, for example, we have int function, guys. This is converting into int. Okay, converting into integer type. Okay, and if you want to be converting into the float, we have the float method. Okay, for bool type we have bool. For complex we have the complex. Okay, what are the data types there, guys? Here for all data types separate typecasting function there: int, float, bool, complex, string related str, tuple related tuple, list related list, like that. For every data type related separately typecasting functions there. Okay, so for example, string related str is there. Strings representing by using str, guys. Okay, list related list, list, tuple, tuple, set, dictionary we are representing using dict, guys. That's why dict only we are using. These all are typecasting functions. Typecasting functions. Okay, one type into another type we can converting. Integer type into float, float type into int, like that conversion related we can use. Okay, while doing these conversions, one point remember, this is one bag, guys. This is one bag size. This is another bag. Okay, this bag capacity, this bag capacity is storing 5 books only. 5 books only. Okay, this bag capacity storing 15 books, guys, or else 10 books. Okay, first bag capacity is 5 books storing, second bag capacity is storing the 10 books. Okay, now my requirement is I want to store these uh, these 5 books into this bag. Is it possible? These 5 books I want to be stored into the bag 2. Yes, in this bag 2 10 books we can store. I'm trying to store only 5 books, then no problem, this is working. Okay, means uh, less books we can store in the this second bag. This is a big size there. Okay, that's why capacity is there, we can store it. Next time, guys, so 10 books I want to be store into the bag 1. 10 books I'm trying to be store into the bag 1, but bag 1 capacity only 5 books only storing. Okay, this is not possible, this is not possible. Got it? So why means here many of books there, but here size not sufficient. So float having more memory, int having less memory. So integer types we can convert into float, no problem. But float types when you are trying to be converted into int, getting some problems, some data missing. Okay, these all things when you are executing, that time you will understanding based on the error, based on error. Okay, so now you can see, guys, here this same line again I'm trying to be used. This input method is taking the first value in the form of string. This string value I want to be convert into int. Okay, okay. So right now you can see here in n1, in n1 str type is there, guys. See here, type of n1 str string type there, type of n2 also str is there. Okay, so I want to be convert into string type into integer type. Then you can see here x equal to int of n1. N1 is a string. String type is converting into integer. Now integer value I'm storing into the x variable. Okay, yes. Next int of n2, n2 converting into int and store into y. Okay, so now you can see, guys, x value 50, y value 60. Type also you can see type of x integer is there, type of y integer is there. Okay, one int plus int when you are using, guys, for example sum equal to x plus y. Okay, see here sum now 110 you are getting 110. Okay, so that point remember, guys, here one int plus int when we are using, then addition operation performing. Addition means 20 value coming. Okay, one string plus string, for example hi, this is one string plus hi. Okay, this is another string. Okay, String plus string when you are using, it is like it is acting like concatenating, concatenating. Concatenating behavior is side by side adding, side by side adding. I okay, like that display. Okay, na? Are you guys understanding? That's why previously 5060 like 5060 like output coming, now 110 output coming. So based on the requirement, you can do the concatenation, conversion. So here, n1 value I'm storing into the integer type and assign to variable. Otherwise, if you want directly here only, you can use typecasting. Okay, so you can see here directly I'm trying to be used. Now here int of I'm using here. Now you can see here. So up to here, one statement guys. Enter your first value like asking. You are entering something value. I'm entering like a 50. Okay. So this value is belongs to like a string type because of the input method. Because of the input method. This string type value again we are converting into integer type. This integer type value we are storing into the n1. We are storing into the n1. Okay. Like you can do it. See, I'm using 40. 40. Next, n2 second. So 50 I'm using. Okay. Now n1 plus n2. 90 you are getting. Okay. Okay. The point remember. Next you can see guys here the same program I'm using. Here integer is there. 40 I'm using. Okay. No problem. And next n2. Second value is 50.60. Float value I'm trying to be assigned. Float value. Then you got error. It error. Value error. Here what type required? Integer type required, but given float type. This is a big value. We are unable to convert into less memory. Okay. So in that situation, value error we are getting. Invalid literal for int. This message forget about. We cannot convert into lower type from higher type data. That point remember. Okay. Okay. Now we have many types I said here into flow to bold these all things. So by doing testing only guys, by doing testing only you will be understanding. Okay, what are the possibility types there? You can see here. Int plus int plus int. Possibility is there or not means yes possible. Integer type only we are getting. Integer type only we are getting. Okay. Next one integer, one float value. One integer, one float value we can do concatenating. Final result float value we are getting. Final result float value we are getting. Okay. And one string and another string we can do. String plus string value we are getting. Okay. And next one integer or else any float, any one guys, number type, integer or float, anything you can take it. And one is string value. When we are trying to do, then getting error, getting value error. Okay. Okay. These four options we will test it really correct or not. You can see here. First one is what? Int plus int. Then finally integer only we are getting. Okay. So if you want, you can save in one variable a equal to. Now type you can see guys. Type of a integer only there. Okay. Okay. Next b equal to one integer plus one float value. Okay. So when you are printing b, float result only we got it. Type of b, float only we got it. Okay. So first what value we are giving, that is not a matter. You can also give first float and next integer. Okay. Finally float value only we are getting. Okay. Sometimes in interviews guys, giving input like this, after printing print b. Okay. What is the result asking? Sometimes errors coming, sometimes particular type of data coming. Okay. After executing this line, one option is only 30 is there, one option is 30.5 is there, one option is error there, like that giving, choose correct answer like asking. So be careful. Okay, next, both are things guys. Hi plus okay, then you'll get hi okay. If you are saving into a variable type, you can see here type of str we are getting. Okay, next, one integer plus one string value, one integer or float value anything, and another one string. Then we are getting what? Value error. Value error, type error, not value error, type. Both are different types. This is the one type, this is another type. Both are different type. That's why we are getting type error, unsupported operand types for int and string. For int and string. Okay, with one int and one string, using these values with a plus symbol, we can't do. That is the meaning. Okay, unsupported operand. Operand is nothing but these values into string. This is operator. Okay, na? These things called operands, guys. Operands. This is operator. For example, you can see here 10 plus 5. Okay, here 10 and 5 is called operands, and plus is operator. Based on the operator, operands values behavior depends. Operands values is depending on based on the operator. If I'm using plus, so result what we are getting here, 15 I'm getting. Okay, okay, same operands again I'm using 10. Next int I'm using. Okay, operator changing as, but operands are same. Operands are same. Now here what we are getting, 10 into 5, 50 we are getting. Understanding? If I'm using here minus, then result 5 we are getting. So operands same, based on the operator, result changing. The point, remember. These combinations all important, guys. First 10 days related coding. First 10 days related coding is very very important. Here only you will get all rules and regulations. Come on, Charanya. Up to here is okay. Clear? Up to here. Clear? Feedback is important. Okay. And these all things you can do when you are doing testing only, you will understanding, no need to be spend more time. These all things, the coming sections I'll take care. These things only will be, you need to be understanding. And in the material also I will share materials. So here how we are taking input, everything you will get it. Okay, information, conversions, from which type to which type we are converting. Just reading is important, easily will understanding. Okay, see here, I'll do some testing here. A equal to int of, this is already integer type. Integer type into integer type converting, no problem. Okay, and I'm giving 10.50. This is a float. Float type I'm trying to be converting into. Okay, so now when you are trying to be print, then printing. Here you given what, 10.50, 10.50. Okay, so you're converting into integer type, only integer value only maintaining here. So data lossing here, data lossing, data lossing. So that's why carefully we need to be do it. Okay, and some notepad I want to be use it for testing. Already we saved one file in the last session. Okay, or else new one we will create. Control N for testing purpose only. I'll create one program here. Control yes. I want to be save it. 8 p.m. back. Here I want to be save it. Okay. Typecasting. Typecasting.py. Taking like that. Okay. Here you can take it int of 10 print a, no problem. Next b equal to int of 10.50, now print of b. Okay, save it. You are getting it, no problem. You are getting. So directly I'm taking the float value, then data is losing here. Data losing here. Okay. Okay. Uh, if you are using another one, float, float, float of 10, 10 only I'm using. So then we are getting which type, float type we are getting. So 10.0 you are getting. Okay, zero adding guys, higher memory type, zero adding. So like when you are doing testing only, you will understand these all types, which type to which type will converting like that. So no need to be spend more time for this topic. Okay, okay. And here this line, if I don't want to be execute, then here hash symbol you can put it. Then this entire line is commenting. Commenting means Python is not executing this line. So right now a memory is not there, a variable memory is not there in the memory allocation, but I'm trying to use here a. So in the memory allocation, a variable is there or not checking, nowhere is there. Here b memory is there, okay. Here c memory is there, that's why we can print, but a memory is not there. That's why a is like a variable name, name, name error displaying. A is not defined like that. Okay, name error, name a is not defined. Checking for a in memory allocation, but that is not finding. Okay, so remember that. Okay, and this line also I want to be comment, this one also I want to be comment, again this one also commenting. Like all lines if you want to be comment, then every time for every line as symbol we need to be used. Instead of doing like that, you can use multi-line comment. These things we are calling what? Single line comment, guys. This is single line comment. Each line commenting separately. Okay. So instead of doing that, many lines if you want to be print. For example, here print hello is there. Okay. So right now only these last two lines only printing. Okay. Now these all lines at a time. If I want to be commenting, triple quotes guys, triple single quotes or double quotes you can use. Again here triple, same single or double you can use. In between the triple quotations, if you are creating any number of lines, those all lines are commenting. These all lines are not executing by Python. Okay. Now if I'm printing, nothing is there output. Is it clear? This is the multi-line comment. Okay, I will use here multi-line multi-line comments in Python. Okay, using triple single quotes or triple double quotes. Anything you can use it. For example, the same I want to be used here. Graph single. This is the double. One double quotations, one single quotations. Don't use it. Same. We need to be use it. This is also commented. Multi-line commented. Okay, na? So now no one is printing. Okay, here one more need to be added. So nothing is there, guys. Nothing is there. So multi-line comment only. Multi-line comment in Python using single quotes. using triple single quotes. I want to be using triple double quotes. Using triple double quotes or single quotes, we can use it. And these lines belongs to uh, using as symbol. Fill in comments in Python using the hash symbol. Okay. So for your understanding purpose, I will say this. In the material also, you will get it these all things. Okay. Next, see here, n1 equal to input input of already previously we entered we executed first value. Here one point, remember carefully. Enter first value. Enter second value. Now sum equal to n1 plus n2. Okay, and then print sum, guys. So if you want, you can get here the result. The sum is like that. Okay, see guys, previously here I executed the statements. Okay, uh, after executing this line, immediately asking enter first value. You are entering 40, that is storing into n1. After that, again this value asking. Okay, here each line immediately executing for that result asking. Okay, this is console behavior. But if we are using this notepad, then all lines from top to bottom correctly there or not coding syntax checking. After that, trying to be executing at a time. Okay, now you can see here f5. See, enter first value asking. I am using 30. This 30 value storing into n1, and after that enter second value asking. I see here. Enter second value 40. Now 30 plus 40 result adding here, that is trying to be print here. Okay. So the sum is 30 40 like you are getting. Why means here input method is treating like string values. Again I want to do the conversion. Okay, adding two numbers using input method. Using what? Input method. Adding two numbers using input method, guys. For this is the result. Okay, I'm commenting this after executing. After sharing these all programs to you, when you want to do the practice, enable comments and execute it. Okay, yes. Next, adding two numbers using input method along with typecasting. Typecasting methods. Okay, this is another one. And now here you can see I'm using here int. All things in the material there, guys, clearly will understand. Time spending is important. Today I will share. If you are having any doubts in the later session, you can ask me. See here, enter first value 30, second value 40, then sum is 70. This is a good one. Okay, along with casting type functions. So and next here for your practice, one more I'm using. Carefully understand. So here int only, both int only I'm using, but I'm trying to execute. Can see here, one is number I'm taking integer, another one is float value I'm taking. That's why value error we are getting. Okay, because of the two different types. So higher value you are trying to be converting into lower type here. lower type. Okay, so you can in the console directly in the console a equal to int of float value. So now you can see this float value trying to be converting into int. Okay, so lower type. Yes, converting here is no problem. Okay, okay. Here this is the float type, but previously that is the number type there here. Whenever we are giving the value, guys, a second time where it is there. Here float type given, but input method is taking like a string. That string value trying to be converting into int. Okay, you can see here int of string type. I'm using string type. Okay, see, now value are editing. This is the string type. Wait, small problem. Dot. I'm using yes dot. So this is a string type value. This string type value you are trying to be converting into int. So string type inside that value float is there. So in this situation we are getting error. Without string directly normal float value if you are giving, floating values missing, only round figure integer values coming. This clarity is important for interviews. Just they are giving input, what is the output asking. You are able to be identifying or not like checking. Yes. So do guys, these all data types related. When you are doing the multiple testings only, you will be understanding. Here, if you are taking both float only, both the float only. Now you can see here. I'm using 10, then 10.0 like that converting. I'm using here 10.20.50. Then this is a float. This is also like a float considering 10.0. That's why final result you will get this one 30.5. 0.5 means 50, 50. Got it? Take it that. Here, both the float values if you are taking converting like float only and adding one integer, one float if you are taking also adding like a float. Both integers if you are taking also converting like a float only. So no problem guys here. Here no problem. But in the above program only got some problems. Okay? Here one is integer value, another one is floating value if you are entering, then getting problem. So but real time we don't know end user what type of value is going to be entered. End user, normal user, only integers are going to enter or float values going to enter, we don't know. Okay, if both integers entering then we are adding here. If any one value float value there here, then getting problem. So to overcoming these problems, so we can use one common method for all data types, that is eval. Eval method is there. Abbreviation is evaluation. Eval method we are calling. Okay. By using eval method, we can convert user input into respective format. User what type of value entering in that format converting. For example, here user if you entering integer value, then converting into int only. User if you entering float value, then converting into float. In these two places we are using eval method only. Okay, eval method only we are using. So user entered value if integer, then converting into int and storing here. If you enter float value, then float type only storing here. Okay. So this one I will show you. See here. Don't get confusing, guys. So I'm using Kaval. Both Kaval I'm using. Now 10 I'm using. So this is converting like integer. Next I'm using float. then this is converting like float type. Okay, so that's why final result you are getting this one. If I'm using eval method, user can enter any type, float or number, integer, but only if you are using this type, getting problem. Okay, so this is a useful method, evaluation method. User if he entered integer type input, converting into integer. User if he entered float type, then converting into float type. User if he entered like a boolean, okay, then converting into like a boolean. For example, only uh, I want to be tested on the console only. This is a Python console. See, user trying to be entered true. Okay, n1 value can see true. You are getting true. So this is what boolean. Then storing like a boolean type only. If you want type of n1, bool type you are getting bool type, boolean type. Okay, na? Okay. Next, user entered some ABC. Okay. So here ABC is like one variable, like some name. ABC is like one one existing name in the memory, like considering. But with this, we are not creating any memory with this name. That's why name error ABC is not defined like that. Getting okay. Um, Things how we are representing already I said by using single quotes or double quotes, A, B, C, like you can write. Now this is considering like a string value. Without quotations, it is like a one memory representing variable considering memory reference, considering like memory reference. Okay. Now see n1 printing type of n1 and str type. Are you understanding? So just eval only I used here. If user entered a string type, then storing like a string type data here. If user entered a boolean type, then storing like a boolean type. If user entered a number type, integer type, then storing like integer. If user entered like a float value, then storing like float. That is the use of eval function. I hope you are understanding now. So in this material, about the input method behavior you are getting, okay, about the typecasting functions you are getting, guys. Typecasting functions, all you are getting. Typecasting functions, eval functions. So input into function related description. So see, one only I will explain it. One I will explain it from here. First here, enter first number. Here only testing inputs also are given, guys. This is the programming. Immediately testing like this. Understanding purpose. So first number entered, second number entered. Okay. When I'm printing here, you are getting here result. So when I'm checking here type, you are getting type, both the string type by default input method returns IDs, different IDs you are getting values. Okay. Now here a plus b I'm using and assign to c, adding two string values here. Okay, two string variables I'm adding. Whenever I'm printing here, result like concatenating types. When you are checking also string type only there. Okay. Now I'm converting string type a into integer type x using int casting. Okay. Yeah. So that's why when we are printing normal numbers printing, and the types when you are checking also integer types only there. Okay. After converting into int, here addition operation performing. Okay. Like that all checking is. So shortest way, here many lines of code I created. Shortest way is what means in single line only I created. So up to here one line, guys. Up to here this is one line. Okay. Enter first number. This is one. Enter second number. Asking immediately. So first when you are entering the first number, okay, this is a step one, guys. Step one. This value is converting like integer. That is step two. That is again I'm converting into string. Okay, step three. Why means here string is there. String plus string concatenating purpose I used. Okay, na? See here. shortest way I will show you for your understanding. This is the print method. Okay, so here I'm using a sum is this is as it is you are getting, guys. Okay, for this I want to be add something value, comma, comma. Okay, what I want to add, input, input of, so here you can write message, enter first value. Okay, see here, immediately it is asking 10 first value. See this first value taking and adding to this string. Okay, so here if you want to be use plus, if you want to be use plus here, okay, this is a string, this is also string, string plus string concatenating, no problem, storing. Okay, when we are trying to two values, guys, so right now you can see here, this is again I'm using comma here, this is first value related plus second value related, again require enter second value. See, enter first value plus enter second value, both, guys. First value 10, second value 20, so 1020 like displaying. See, because of this 10, because of this 20, so this is the string. Okay, here string plus string concatenating this one is adding here. Okay, okay, now here in this line, if you want to be used here plus, okay, no problem, string plus string, everything is working, everything is working. Okay, na? Okay, now here if you want to be use, if you want to be use this one only, so here int I'm using, so this is converting into integer type. Again here int, converting into int. So now int plus int, okay, addition coming, guys. So for that here string is there. One is a string, another one is int. If you are using plus, showing like error. Okay, see, getting problem immediately. Type error. So in this situation, we need to be use comma, or else you can add str method to converting into string type. Okay, so comma I'm using 20, 30. You will get it. So if you want to be display in the single line, you can use like this. You can use like this. Okay. Yes. So these all are typecasting related behaviors, guys. You can check it here about all data types are given. Float, string, all the things are given. So just you can check it. You will understanding everything. Okay. These all things are basic things. Finally, we got it. These all methods. Into, float, bolo, complex. Remaining things next session I will explaining it. Okay. Thank you for this day. Just wait.